Oh, yeah, boy, yeah, boy. The heck is it doing that for? Hold on, everybody. Hold your horses right there. I don't know why it's doing that there. It's driving me nuts. Do. Get everything set up before we get going. What's going on? Why is it doing? Okay, that was weird. Okay. Look at all the weapons I have. Sounds like somebody just loaded their weapon. Hello, everybody! So, Core drops me off in the middle of nowhere here. And I'm going to have to try to figure out where the hell I am and where I'm going. I'm close to that big airbase, so... I have a revolver. Hello, Shish Kebab 55. And 386, how are you doing? I do have a revolver. You know what? While I'm still out here in the relatively safe woods, I'm going to switch this stuff around because having it all the way on, like, position whatever is no good. Oh no! I'm disconnecting. Ah. I might be restarting the server. Awesome. I am not even that. So 3 to 6 is just waking up, going to have some coffee, maybe cereal, then go to the gym. Hi. I like meow. Hello. Hello again. I guess I've gotta switch my server. Hate that crap. Just probably restarting it. Let the murder commence. We are beginning the murder. Really now? Connect. Alright, so back on my server. It restarts every 2 hours without warning. We're at the Northwest Airbase. I do read everything you guys write. So, some amazing Twitch news. And as you can see, I have 9 viewers right now. 11. Just amazing. Yeah. And so, that's not many. It's actually pretty small in the grand world of Twitch. But, however, I say, I have quite a few followers on Twitter, quite a few followers on Facebook, and quite a few followers on YouTube. And so I applied for a Twitch partnership program, which is pretty damn hard to get. I will say that they are pretty much going to tell you no. Like, just no reason why they would have accepted me, and I got a letter from them saying no. I was like, alright, fine. And so before the letter ended, though, the person who wrote me the letter from Twitch, very nice, very friendly, said to me, just curious, why did you think with such a low amount of consistent viewers that you would qualify for the program? I said, well, you have a website, Twitch, and on the website it says to apply for partnership program, you can go ahead and apply if you have a lot of followers on Facebook, Twitter, and all that. And I said, I do have a lot of followers on Facebook, Twitter, and all that. She said, really? I said, yes, look at my followers on Twitter that I've been working on since 2011. And she said, you know what? You're in. And so I am now a Twitch partner. Yeah, thank you, Drac. Hey, Kron Rastaban. Amazing. It is extreme. I'm drinking water. I'm not trying to hit it with an X. To be picked up by Twitch at such a small, low level is really, really epic. It's gonna take 3 or 4 weeks, they said, before I get any of the features. So for right now, no. But in a few weeks, it should start up. I'm really, really happy, guys, because a lot of you regulars that come here to the stream, you know, we're just really chill, hang out. We don't like, I'm not very political, or I don't say any kind of really crazy stuff usually. So to be picked up and recognized like by them, that was just that's what they call the bee's knees. Alright, so we are playing DayZ, 30 Days of DayZ. We are on day 22. Since I started, it's been like 40 days, but we're not counting the fact that I didn't stream every single day. We're gonna pretend I did, and we'll go from there. So 30 Days of DayZ. DayZ is a standalone version. I'm not playing the Arma 2 version. I'm playing the standalone version, and I'm looking for equipment to make myself better. I'm looking for 357 rounds, to be quite honest with you. Oh, magazine. I actually have an MP4 now, a silenced MP4. I'm just so awesome. Okay, calm, don't rage. Dawn is re-aging. Low LEL rifle. I'm sorry, I just don't understand what you're writing. It's just scary and I don't know what I'm gonna do. So anyway, really great news. In a couple of weeks we'll start it up, and I'm a graphic artist by trade, so one of the coolest things I like about the Twitch partnership program is I'm gonna make special custom Geekdomo emoticons. So when you guys are in the chat and you want to do like the Geekdomo emoticon, it'll show up in the chat. Hey, none other! Congratulations, you got your 290. How's it doing? Are you like streaming like or not streaming, but are you going nuts with your gaming? None other, why are you not showing up as my mod, none other? My YouTube channel is Geekdomo. My Twitter is Geekdomo, and my Facebook is Geekdomo. So I like consistency across the branding message that I'm trying to send out, of my message of love and screaming domos that eat kittens. That's what I'm going for with my whole spiel. Oh yeah, I bet. Well, what was your old card, none other? Oh, there you are. Now you're a mod. What was your old card? I don't remember off the top of my head. But the 290 is killer, man. It is such a great card. I'm playing it right now. I can play everything fully max. 270 is a good card, although the 270 actually, if you're going to be getting into the Litecoin mining or any kind of mining, it actually performs a little slower than some of the 7000 series cards. The 270 is actually a rebranded 7850, I believe. All they did was stick a new sticker on it, and I almost fell for it myself. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get a 270, and it's pretty common. Nvidia does the same sort of thing. Alright, we're coming into the airbase, and I'm not gonna use my hatchet, I'm gonna use my silenced rifle. Wait, it's supposed to be silenced, damn it. I have Jan's silencer on it. Oh, it's badly damaged, Jan's silencer, so now I just gave away my position. Everyone's gonna come looking for me. Yeah, and zombies too. Great. Great. Oh, back off, mister. Well, maybe I can find myself a better silencer now that I've just shown that that silencer is all for show and no go. The server did just restart. Like, literally when I started the stream. GTX 570, yeah. And well, my current is 6950 rebrands. Yeah, I have a 6950. It's running in my wife's computer right now, and I'm mining on it. It's good. It's a good one. 6950 is a really strong card. But yeah, so check that out if you really are considering getting a 2000 or a 200 series or 8 AMD. I would look into exactly what you're looking to get, because at least for right now, they're just the anything under 280. Even the 280, I think, is a rebrand. It's a higher rebrand, of course. I think the only real true new ones are the 290s. I think. I could be 100% wrong. Why did I pick up the 7.62 million rounds? I don't need those. All right, thank you, Lemon. I am prepared for I prepared my body just for you today. And thank you for, I appreciate you liking my hat. All right, so this round box, I was a little bit confused on how to use it, but now I know. All you do is you take all the rounds, you empty them, put them into the box, and then you can reload from the box, which is pretty handy. 45, don't really need it. Although, I still can't find any freaking 357 rounds. And the other day we were talking about it, I found like 10,000 357 rounds. I was like, oh god, I gotta get myself a 357, because I can't seem to find anything other than 357. Now all I'm finding is 45. I gotta pay attention. I'm running into these. This is like a really dangerous area, guys. If you're not familiar with DayZ, this is like, this base and the other base are murder central, and we're on a fully packed server right now, so yeah. So yeah, once the partnership thing goes through, everybody, you'll be able to pick what quality of stream you want to watch me on. Which is pretty damn cool, because some people say they can't handle me streaming at 720. And I can understand that. I'm not allowed to stream any other resolution other than 720. So once that gets going, I'll be able to bump it up. I'm gonna probably start streaming at 1080 if I can wing it. So many rounds, so many rounds. I need 357 rounds. Might be worth the wait then to come down in price. Of course, I really don't need anything until. Yeah, honestly, everybody, if you're a Star Citizen fan and you're really waiting for that, build yourself a decent rig right now. Don't put a good graphics card in. The only reason I do the Litecoin thing. That's the only reason I got a 290 right now. I would have probably rather waited until yes. I hear you, but I don't even know if I want to engage you right now, Mr. Zombie. And I can't jump, even though this is like really small. In World of Warcraft, I could jump off this thing without a problem. But here, yes. Come on, let's dance, lady. Fine, jeez. That's the only reason I got the 290 now. So what I would recommend doing is build yourself a decent computer, fairly good processor, good RAM, all the basic stuff you need, and with the shittiest graphics card you could possibly buy. Matter of fact, use your old graphics card. Don't even buy one. And then a month before Star Citizen is released, buy whatever you can frickin' afford. Buy the best possible thing, because your graphics card is going to be the big bottleneck when it comes to Star Citizen. So if you can wait, get by with what you have now, and then last minute, literally pull the trigger and buy what you can afford. Save up your pennies. Buy a 490, whatever the hell it is out at that time, you know, whatever card you're looking to get, just buy the best. Hey, Bod, morning. Bod, did you hear the news? Bod's one of my moderators. Did you hear my news? I got picked up by Twitch. I am officially a Twitch partner, but it takes like 3 weeks for the stuff to start. And actually, I had 2 people write me. One was not so bad. He said, you know, hey man, realize a lot of people work really hard to get that, and you just sort of got it. So congrats, but but watch your back. And another one was like, dude, I freaking hate you. I've been trying so long to get partnered, and you just got it. And basically, the feeling I got from both of them was that I didn't deserve it. And you know, all I did was ask. I didn't like get a lawyer or something and go to Twitch and say, you know, hey, partner me. I just asked. And then when they said no, I said, okay, I'm just letting you know that this is the reason I applied. And then the next letter back was, you know what, we're going to accept you. So that's all you can ever do in life, really, man. You can ask. But don't hate somebody because they asked. You know? I know I don't have a lot of concurrent viewers. Usually you got 15 to 20 on here during a normal day. Which isn't a lot, considering that they say you need at least 1,000 concurrent to apply. Mainly the reason that they do that is they would like to have more partners, I'm sure. They do it because of resources. Now, once I'm partnered, I will be able to I'll be able to pick the quality. You will be able to pick the quality of the stream you're watching from me, and that is very resource intensive because it's actually doing, I think, what, 240, 480, or 240, 360, 480, 720, and 1080. It's doing all of those streams concurrently. So every time I stream one single stream out, it's actually streaming 5 streams, and you get to pick which one you want to watch of it. So forget the other benefits. That right there is a very intensive, memory intensive procedure, or processing potential procedure. I'm super excited for Star Citizen, but seemingly a never-ending laundry list of stretch features. I feel like it's either going to be super awesome or really delayed. And just like Braben is going to Elite 4, which is just the tired and true basics. Hey, Blue. Hello, Realtor X. Why do you stream when I need bandwidth for people just jealous? Surprise. The thing about my PC is about 5 years old. Asus Rampage i7 920. That's not. You can get by with that one right now. 12 gigabyte memory though. About due for a full upgrade. Not that you need the excuse. Yeah. Some people are just for the money. They are tryhards, have no passion. As far as the Star Citizen, yeah, that's if you watch our show when we do our Starcast. Every time a new stretch goal comes out, I just kind of sit there and scratch my head, going, "How are they going to implement this? And is it something we really need to play the game?" And knowing Chris Roberts' history of being a very particular perfectionist type of guy, which nothing wrong with that at all. You actually want that when you're considering somebody who's going to be making a game for you. But considering that sort of background, you know this game isn't coming out in a year and a half like they said. It's probably 2 years. I wouldn't be surprised at all. And every time they add a new feature, it's just another thing where it's like, is that gonna slow release down by like 3 weeks or a month or something? If it does, I don't know if I even really want that feature. I've really got to be careful now. People are going to be like server hopping, and they hop on these servers, especially if they knew this one just restarted. And they're going to check out this airbase because this is a really great airbase to check out for stuff. So I've got to watch my ass because I've got all this great gear now, and I'm going to get murdered. Okay, so I got in the Elder Scrolls Online beta. We'll talk about that for a second. Not for me, guys. I'm a big fantasy guy. I love MMOs. I really do. I started playing that, and I was like, this is so convoluted, and just felt so clunky. And the graphics on DayZ are actually better than ESO, and I was just like, you know, I'm not into it. Just not even into it. I played it for about 30 minutes, and I just gave up. Which is unfortunate, because it's like 30 gigabyte download or some crazy thing. I really should be running with my gun out, not my axe, but whatever. As you know, I get murdered quite often in this game. I do murder others, but just looking for a pile of bullets is all I'm really looking for right now. Where'd I do the other bullets? Where'd they go? Oh, whatever. No, I can't look. He has no reins, that's all I'm saying. I told you, it's horrid. It's boring, yes. Noting really new to the RPG ESO, I really kind of disappointing. I expected better. Same here. Skyrim, amazing game. I love Skyrim, and if I was streaming at the time I was playing Skyrim pretty heavy, that's probably, you would have saw me doing 30 days of Skyrim. I love the storyline. I thought it was a really great game. But ESO, I don't know where the ball got dropped with that game, but man, it's just not ready for prime time at all. And it's not like it's early alpha. It's beta, and it's coming out very soon. I would say in the probably next 6 months. The models are really bad. Like, they look like something from, I don't know, 5-6 years ago. And I'm like, wait a second, this is a AAA title that's coming out in weeks. Or months, maybe. Why does it look so incredibly bad? I'm actually kind of comforted right now, guys, that I'm opening these doors. Because that means I'm the first one here. It means there's less of a chance I'm going to get murdered walking into one of these. These rooms are always just so deadly. Because you come in and out of them. And players are in here too. Look at this. Look at that. That's like ultra cache of everything you need. There's a vest, a backpack. Alright. Come on, zombie. I hear you out there. One-shot kill with the axe. If there's any weapon you guys can get in this game, it is this fireman's axe. It's a one-shot kill for zombies, and I think unless somebody's extremely armored, it's like a 1 or 2-shot kill for players. So if you really want to kill somebody silently, say like they're AFK and they just sort of stepped out, you can do that with like one shot. Or if you're a ninja. You're a ninja assassin. All I really care about is Wasteland 2, Shadow of the Avatar Star Citizen, and Elite 4. I have to check out Elite 4. I've heard other people saying some good things about it. What's the basic premise of it? I haven't even looked at it, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, the best part of the character generator in ESO is that you can adjust the boob size. After that, it loses a lot of feel for me because I just feel like the faces look weird. They don't have any kind of emotion. They look very plastic. Like, hey, come on. AAA MMO. This is where I got killed the other night when I got stream sniped. Somebody was watching the stream and they killed me right here. Myself and Perfect. We weren't even ready. Well, you should always be ready, but we weren't. It was at the end of our stream. We had already streamed for like 2 hours. We're like kind of fried and burned out. We're like, let's just go up here. We'll check this place out and then we'll leave. And that was the last we played those characters. They're gone now. Look at all the food and stuff. I can always use some Coca-Cola. Or this Russian Chernobyl cola. Good stuff. There we go. Look at these. These are the good axes, man. I think I got a pristine one right now. I do. Don't even need to upgrade it. But those axes, guys, if you can get those, they will help you so much. Jackpot. The character gen is good. Even the last... Okay, I already said that. ESO feels kind of like Oblivion with multiplayer. Yeah. Dude, when I was playing last night, my first session, all I found was a crowbar, and that axe made me so jelly. Yeah, the crowbar is crap. I mean, if I was to go into a fight, I would almost not even use the crowbar. It's so bad. Like, I don't know if they need to tweak the power it has or something, but it's super duper weak. I'm just skirting buildings because you never know. There could be players. Well, the population went down quite... Oh, that's right. The server restarted. When I first started this morning, it was full. But then it kicked everybody off to restart. And when that happened... So this is where, if you want to get one of these axes, Bod, you need to come up. Oh, there's a map. I don't even need if I need know if I need a map. But actually, the map is good just for me to stream to show you guys where things are. Yeah, it's some places I guess you could say looked a little bit. Yeah, you're right. Some places did look a little better than Skyrim. Some places looked way worse. Like, what happened? Why does Skyrim have such a great character builder, and ESO, which is supposed to be their premier deal, looks so bad? There's a walkie-talkie. Can't really find much use for those. I'm not playing with another player, and even if I was, I'd be playing with Core or somebody. And we're talking on Skype, so we don't need the walkie-talkie. Alright, more 45. I'm going to actually grab a 45. If I don't find some 357 rounds pretty soon, I'm going straight for the 45 because this is getting silly. The reason I wanted 357 is, man, you shoot somebody once with that and you're going to kill them. Whereas the 45, you can pop them 4 or 5 times sometimes. But at this rate, I can't even find any 357 rounds. You didn't think you were born when League came out? I don't know. I don't even know when it came out. I'll have to check into it though. Because you're not the first person to suggest it. I really was into space games when I was younger, which is weird because I've always been a sci-fi geek Trekkie. Yeah, I was in the Navy. I talked about this before. And I went on deployment for a 6-month cruise, and I bought Wing Commander 3 and 4. I hadn't played 2. But I had played Privateer. I played the hell out of Privateer. But 4 had just come out, and I hadn't played 3, so I bought 3 and 4 because I figured I'm going to be deployed for so long. I might as well, you know, bone up on the game. I know I'm leaving a lot of stuff around. Let's see. Is this silencer worth? No, it's not silencer. Crap. And I played Wing Commander 3 pretty quickly, and then I played 4 like 100 times, man. I just love that game. And I love Privateer. It was really a great game for its time because you could go out and become like a pirate, or you could, you know, you could do pretty much anything you wanted in that game. It was more open. It was like a sandbox game in a way. There was missions, of course. I mean, they didn't have pure sandbox games in those days, but it was maybe like a sand park. Morning, Kumama. So 1984, yeah, I would. Elite came out in 1984, and I don't even know it. Maybe it's something else I'm thinking of. I was 1984. I was 13. Yeah, I was 13 in 1984. I'm old. Get off my back. Ah, wrong rounds. Star Citizen is going to be coming out in phases. Squadron 42 is going to be the first game that officially comes out for the Star Citizen universe. They're going to have a dogfighting module coming up here in the next couple of months. It's probably, I'm going to guess, realistically, Squadron 42 is at least a year away. And because that's being run by Chris Roberts' brother, and he's more of a hardcore jerk when it comes to getting stuff put out. He's like, okay, it's going to come out. And it's going to be on May 15th, and that's it. Like, there's no pushing back. Where Chris Roberts might be like, it's not quite right yet, guys, so we're going to push it back another 6 months, you know? Which is good, because you want a quality game, but you'd just be expecting that right off the bat. But Chris Roberts' brother is going to be doing Squadron 42, and that's the single-player... It might even be multiplayer at that point, I don't know. But it's a story. You're going to be playing as a pilot, moving your way up through the ranks, a little bit like Wing Commander. That's coming out, I would say, within a year, probably. Star Citizen, though, don't hold your breath for at least 2 years. Persistent Universe Beta might come out sooner. Yeah, you're probably right about that. Right, I love this magazine. Oops. It's a kick-ass magazine. Can't pick it up. Let's see, I need to drop something. I could pick it up if I put these like this. Gotta reorganize my backpack. I'm gathering all this stuff, man, and there's a good chance that I'm gonna get killed. There's a really good chance I'm gonna get killed. Why is this the right round size? Yeah. Okay, well, we'll figure that out later. I don't need it right this second anyway. Where's my silencer? The silencer that's on this gun is absolutely useless. I just fired a round a little while ago. It sounded just like it normally does. Basically did the gauntlet of space sandbox games: Elite, Starfight, Frontier, First Encounter, Freelancer. I got Freelancer off of GOG a couple weeks back. I don't need the 7.62 at all. It's just a waste of time. Not a couple weeks, a couple months ago. And I played about, I don't know, 20, 30 missions on it, and then I just gave up. It's a good game. By all means, I'd recommend it. I just, it's showing its age, and I don't know why that's bothering me so much. Because, there's no reason that I would be bothered by an older game. But I guess I'm just looking forward too much. I'm looking ahead to say, I just can't wait for Star Citizen, or I can't wait for whatever. Alright, I guess I can put my axe away. So we're doing the fisting method, which is the fastest way to get around in this game. And somebody in the stream taught it to me, which is, yeah, that's why I love you guys. I think you're thinking of Free Space. Oh yeah, Elite 4 Alpha. That's the one that's costing a ton of money. Yeah, to get in the Alpha, you need to pay $200. I guess what they've done is they said, you know what, we're squarely aiming at Star Citizen, and look at how much money Star Citizen has raised. So instead of being realistic and charging $20 or something to get into the Alpha, let's be dicks and charge $200 because people will pay it. They want to play Star Citizen so bad, and ours is closer to release than theirs. That's what I'm getting from those guys. I really am getting that feeling. Oh, Freelancer isn't available, but Free Space is. Maybe I got it another way, because I know it was Freelancer. Maybe I didn't get it off of GOG. Yes, this is the fisting method. So what you do is you put your fist up, and normally you run like with this with your fist up, but if you double tap with your fist up, for whatever reason you go into this turbo mode where you run like a maniac, and it doesn't use up any more energy than it would if you were your normal sprint. And I've got lots of food and water, or lots of food and drink. So at this point, I would rather cover more ground than put you guys through me just jogging along like this, which would take forever. I'm with you there. 386 says he frowns on the paying for alpha beta access. No, Smack. It's okay. The joke is there on purpose. It's double entendre. I'm doing that on purpose. So it's okay if you laughed at that, because it's supposed to be funny. I paid for alpha for EverQuest Next. Mainly, I thought I was going to get it for free because I've been covering the damn game since they announced it at Sony Live. But I didn't. So I was like, you know what? I still want to play it, so I'm going to pay for it. And honestly, in a way, we did pay for Star Citizen Alpha because you have to at least buy one of the packages that have that tied to it. So it's at least $40 for that. But $200 is just over the top nuts to pay for an alpha. You're paying for a game that's not ready yet. And you're gonna have bugs, and it's gonna piss you off, and then you're just gonna just disappear. You're not gonna want to play it after it's released. I was fisting within minutes of my first time playing, thanks to this stream. That has to be the best caption for my stream ever. I need to put that on as my, like, thing. Hopefully I'll mark this. I need to flag this tape. I'm making a best of compilation of all this stuff after we're done with the 30 days. It's going to be like a one video. I'm going to try to keep it around 10 minutes of just the fun stuff. Not me running like this, going places, but the action and the excitement. I've got so much video recorded. I have to have some really good scenes. put it to some music. But that statement there, Bod, will have to go in there somewhere. That I was fisting within minutes of the first time playing, thanks to the stream. It's been on the official beta teams for several older games, such as the online EverQuest. As far as I'm concerned, I am doing them a service, not the other way around. Exactly. When you're alpha testing, or beta testing, you're doing them a service. You're finding bugs, you're giving them data. Even if you're not reporting it, it does show up that you found a bug or something. So paying them for them, I mean, it's like this. You're testing something out for somebody. They owe you the money. You're doing the work. You're finding problems with their stuff. And to pay them to do that is just... It's like, hey, come on over and clean my house. And you need to pay me for the right to do that. My house is dirty. It needs to be cleaned. And you will pay me for that. It's like a new level of arrogance that just blows my mind away. And I get why they're doing it, because we're such rabid fans. Ah! Get up, get up, get up, get up. Go, go, go. Not that I'm afraid of the zombie, I just don't want him to swipe me while I'm drinking my water. So it's almost like hubris in a way. You know, I know you guys really, really want to play this game, and we're going to let you play it early if you pay us money. I think it's going to come back and bite him in the ass in years to come. I really do. You should be paid to play alpha, but yeah. You should also spend X amount of time looking into reporting bugs, and yeah, but that's not happening anymore. People are basically using alpha as a way to pre-play the game, but it's technically, that's out the window. Just hang that up. People don't do that anymore. It's supposed to be like right now. There was a glitch, and I'm having a hard time swinging my axe or something. I should report it to a forum or someplace. There should be a built-in feature actually in the game that sort of compiles the complaints. And you're supposed to report that to the devs, and then the devs go, yeah, look at that. There's a 7th guy this week that said that that's a bug. Let's check into that. And they check into it. They say, yep, that's a bug. Let's fix it. And we've done their job. Because here's what's happening. As a beta tester or an alpha tester, you are replacing people that they normally would have to hire to do that. They can only hire maybe 100 people to do that. Trendane was one of those people. He used to sit there and test for EA. Okay. So he was a tester for EA, and they paid him a monthly, yearly salary to test the games for them. The only difference between he and us is that he would be in an office building testing, and we are at home. We have the same abilities. We write to the developers and say, you know what, this game sucks because this is broken, this is broken, this is broken. That's what we're supposed to be doing. So that's a service that we're providing to them for free so that the game comes out more polished. But in the years that have passed since that's the way alpha was handled, it's turned into, I want to play the game before everybody else does so I can learn where the best loot is and the best all this and that. And so now they're going, you know what, we're giving you a head start against everybody else. You need to pay us for that. And that's what's happened. And I don't need a screwdriver. I think I have a can opener. I do. Let's drop that. We're going to eat some beans and chat for a second. See you, Shadow Player. Thanks a lot for coming. That's why I like how Star Citizen does it. If you pledge an amount of support, it rewards for doing so, physical or otherwise. Yeah, you get to have a ship. The cheapest package is $40 for Star Citizen. Yep, that's right. That's the one you can get into alpha and beta with. Kind of hope they make redacted coffee mug though. I'd buy that. Yeah, they've redacted so much stuff over the time. I paid for Trailblazer for Landmark, but I look at it as a Kickstarter type situation. I do too in a way, Joss, right? But honestly, this is Sony we're talking about here. It's not Chris Roberts, who is, starting off from grassroots, starting a company that has no affiliation with somebody else. It's Chris Roberts. It needed that sort of boost. Sony? No. No, no, no. They've got money. I used to work for Sony. They've got lots and lots and lots of money. So, for them to raise $10 million to develop a game, they just have to go ask the parent company. Parent company says, yep, we give you permission. Here's your $10 million. Or $100 million, or whatever else they need. Of course, there's risk involved, you know, all that stuff. But it kind of tripped me out that Sony was doing that. It's okay, because honestly, that means only the really devoted people are going to be doing the alpha and the beta for Landmark and EverQuest Next. You know, that's just the way it is. The people that really, really are invested in the game, both time and financially now, are going to be the ones playing, so they're going to be the ones that are going to report the issues and all the things that need to have fixed. And you sure as shit know that I'm going to be streaming it when I'm allowed to, and I'll tell you exactly what I think of the bugs and stuff, and that'll get changed. You know, those kind of things will get noticed, and they'll be like, okay, let's fix this because this is an issue. Everyone needs money. It's true. I mean, I'm not saying that they don't need money to operate. You know, it's a company. Of course, they need money. But Sony of all the companies out there that do game development has some big financial backing. Specifically, the parent company, Sony, is very wealthy. When I worked for Sony, they would fly me places to have conventions that were nothing more than just Sony conventions. So we would go there, and we would. They flew me to Disney World one time. I stayed at the Disney World Resort in a suite by myself. I think what was it, Treasure Island or whatever it was there. And for like 2 weeks, we met. We talked about the Sony products. I learned everything I needed to, and every single night at my hotel, they would have a Sony open bar. And the hotel was on the beach, so we would be out on the beach sipping Mai Tais for free while on the Sony dime. And that kind of crap, I guaranteed, would cost millions of dollars. Millions, because it wasn't me. It wasn't just me. There was like 400 of us or more doing this at Sony's expense. And at the time, I'm not going to complain. I had a company car from Sony. You know, they got cash, is what I'm trying to say. So, unlike Chris Roberts, who is really doing this off of a shoestring, I mean, he's got his own personal wealth, but honestly, guys, I know, you might think that it's okay to have millions of dollars and say, you know what, I'm going to put that into a game. He probably has invested quite a bit of his own money into it already, because then that'll help him get more out later on when it becomes successful, which it will. But if I was a multimillionaire, I wouldn't put all of my money into a game development either. I'd probably put some in to get it started, but I'd look for external investors, because you can't be that close to it. You can't have your entire life devoted to it and invested into it at the same time, because if it fails, you're broke, and then you have no game, and you have no money. Kickstarter stuff, I fear, is only going to work for so long before scamming. Yeah. Kickstarter is a neat idea, and I think it's a good one. But there are so many companies now that are starting. Like, there's that one game that just came out recently that we talked about on the Starcast called Space Truckers, and it's like a guy like me standing in an echoey room with like the cheapest microphone ever known to man, asking people to fund his Kickstarter. And I'm like, geez, man, spend like a couple grand and get a nice video made, for God's sake. I know you don't have the money because that's what Kickstarter is all about, but good lord. So there's a lot of these game developers that are sort of popping up on the horizon that, in my opinion, don't have a place to on Kickstarter. That's just my opinion. Whatever. 15% going towards hookers and blow. Pledge $10,000. You fly to Vegas and go to partay. Yes. If they said it on the Kickstarter page that 15% was going to hookers and blow, then I'd be okay with it. At least they're being transparent, and it seems like a reasonable amount if you're going to be spending money on such a large scale. 15% to hookers and blow is reasonable. Okay, come on, I'm stuck in a tree. I really should try out Rust. Well, matter of fact, Mr. Shadow Player, this is 30 Days of DayZ, so we're doing DayZ. But I've already been playing Rust quite a bit. And the only reason I'm not streaming Rust is because I'm doing the DayZ. I'm almost done. We're on day 22 now of our 30 days. So 7 more days, we're done. And then the next one I'm doing is Rust. We talked about that the other day, but you probably didn't know that. Rust is very fun. And that's why I don't know if I'm going to do a 30 days of Rust. I talked about this the other day. It's fun, but it doesn't... With this game, you know, even though I'm just running around gathering stuff, there's at least a level of intensity to everything. I mean, I could get murdered walking out of this barn in about 2 seconds. So, there is a level of intensity that's going on that Rust doesn't have. I'll give you an example. On Rust, even on a PvP server, I've already built a massive house. I've got every weapon mod I could possibly find, plus all of the blueprints. And I'm just like, now what? Now all I do is I walk around with my my crazy weapons I've got, and I just murder zombies just to collect stuff. And I've just got boxes and boxes and boxes of just things that I'm not going to use. I'm never going to use them, and I'm almost in a way wanting just to give them to people. Hey, you know, you're just starting out here, let me give you some stuff. I gotta stop dragging those things over, by the way. Somebody told me the other day, I just double click them and it goes to my inventory, but I'm still the old school DayZ player, so I still do that. Double click them. Yes. In DayZ, yeah, both games, in Rust and in DayZ, False Frog says, the more stuff you collect, the more fear you have of dying. Absolutely. But unlike Rust, on DayZ, just for right now, later on they're coming out with a Rust type of style of play for this game. But for right now, I got everything I'm going to ever have on me. There is no, like, box for me to put stuff in. So, Rust, you have the ability to build a base, and that's coming in DayZ. It was actually one of the initial things they were going to do anyway. So you're going to be able to build bases, towns, houses, all that kind of stuff. You'll be able to build in this game. Maybe not as nice and pretty as the ones that are already built, of course. Rust and DayZ are going down the same path. They're just coming at it from different directions. Rust is more of a Minecraft style. You build things right now with less involved with the PvP. And I mean, you can PvP there. I'm not saying you can't. But DayZ is coming at it from a PvP game where they're going to add the building stuff later on. Yeah, in Rust, first thing you want to do after you sort of got your little bit of a base set up, you got like a building, or even a hut, is you got to set up a backpack or a sleeping bag. Once you have a sleeping bag, every time you die, you come back to where the sleeping bag is, so it's not as bad. You just lose whatever you're carrying, of course. But if you know where you died, say you died real near your house, then you can just come back to it. But you see these rocks? In DayZ, these rocks will be mineable. You're going to mine them just like you do in Rust. And you're going to be able to chop down trees. Which I think you already can. Let's see. It used to be in the old Arma mod you could. Pew! I love the ricochet sound. It does not go with that thing at all, but it's still fun. True in Rust you can store it. Okay. I found that. Didn't know that. Yeah, that's a little trick that I learned because I was dying over and over again, and I would run around for hours trying to find my original house. And I was reading the chat one time. Somebody was going by. He's like, "Oh yeah, I forgot to put my backpack down, so now I can't respawn, or my sleeping bag. So now I can't respawn at my house." And I wrote back. I'm like, "What? If you put your sleeping bag down, you can respawn wherever you put the sleeping." Yeah. So you can make as many sleeping bags as you want, but wherever your last sleeping bag went down, that's where you'll respawn at. Yeah, in the mod you could collect wood from trees. You can't do that now. It's coming. You will be able to build in this game at some point down the road. I thought the sleeping bag was useless too. I was like, what is this? Oh, it's dumb. I'm not going to use this stupid sleeping bag. It's 15 cloth to make this damn thing. So we'll go over all those kind of cool tips and tricks I found once we start doing that, which isn't like... if I keep to the schedule, I should be done with this game in 7 days. And then we're not touching it for 6 months. That's the goal, at least. We'll come back to it eventually. I don't even know where I'm going, guys. I'm not a big visitor of that base back there. So once I get on the coast, I play all over the coast. I can tell you exactly where I am, even by just when I first spawn. I go, oh, I know where I am. Just by looking around, I can see, like, okay, I know exactly what house I'm at on the coast. But in the inland stuff that's in here is really difficult. What I'm looking forward to is, once they do make this game where it has the building and stuff and it's going to have cars, I want to be able to build a house like out here in the middle of nowhere, because that's the best chance you're not going to lose your stuff. I want there to be an ability for you to break into somebody's house. I think that should be allowed, because that adds another level. So even if you're not playing, you still have a chance of risk of getting screwed over, because I think that's cool in Rust. I know people are bitching because your stuff got stolen, but there has to be some sort of consequence. You know, you can't just be stacking piles upon piles of stuff up in your house and not worry about somebody's going to break into it. So I think you should be able to break into people's houses like here. But I want to be able to like build a garage and put a car in it, you know, so that like when I start up the game, I can hop in the car, drive down to the coast, murder some people, come back to my house, and have some nice drinks. I spent more time watching Domo play than me playing. Not as much stress for me. Yeah, I go through all the stress for you guys. I'm doing this for you. I think, sir, it's pretty full. Oh, yeah, it was pretty full, but I'm not going to switch it now. It's getting up there again. It was 100% full, but they restarted it, and then what ends up happening is most people don't stay on the same server. They go to find another server after the restart happens. But I stayed. So when I stayed, it was only like 3 people for probably about a half hour here. Let's see, yep. Will you be streaming Endless Space at any point? Maybe after Rust? I'd like to. It's not as exciting of a game as even Rust is, as far as but we could. It's a calm game. We could chill out and talk and stuff. You start with some beans. It's all important about the beans. Once you can have a house in DayZ, that should stop a lot of the server hopping. That is a great point. Hey, Reason 0679101090. Absolutely, that's a great point, Kron. Because once you have a house, to go through all that effort to build another house is... I'm not fisting, guys. Should have been telling me I was fisting. Once you build a house, then yeah, you're tied pretty much to that server, unless you just say screw it and you're going to go somewhere else. I mean, that could happen. Say like you're getting camped every day by the same 3 guys or something like that, then you know what, I'm going to start over on a new server. But the server hopping minute by minute might slow down. I don't know though, because if you server hop, you can still go to another server, gather things, come back to your server with it in your bag, and then you just take it to your house. So it might actually get worse in a way. I'm hoping that they come up with some sort of thing that every time you server hop, you run 10% slower, and you fire 10% slower, or some kind of thing like that, to where if you hopped on 10 servers, you're basically immobile for an hour. And so you're kind of stuck. That might help, but then of course they've got the problem where you could just server hop in the same spot, which has a great spawn, has great loot, just hop 10 places and just log off for 4 hours and then come back. There's people going to game the system no matter what they do, so it's got to be a good reason to stop them from server hopping. Oh, hey, K Reason. Yeah, and also too, yeah, you just said Shadow Player says I think I would pick a favorite 2 or 3 servers in case one is dead at the time. Absolutely, because the servers do go down. These are privately owned servers, so there's a good chance that they could crash, and then you're like, damn it, I can't play because my server's down. Kind of a little bit like World of Warcraft, you know, you get your characters on one server, You always have an alternate server that you can go goof around on if the server, your particular server, is down. So I'm on the hunt for players right now, and also a 357 Magnum and a new silencer for my M4. There's a compass. I think I've already got a compass. I don't really need a compass. What do I got these pants for? What the hell? And this hat? Okay, can't tear it in rags. Okay, get rid of hat. Don't need a hat. Let's empty them. Where do they go? They automatically going in my bag? Oops. Sometimes takes a few minutes for it to show up on the ground. I hope it didn't just fall through the floor. Guild 2 put a timer on how fast you could hop before they put a stop to it. Hello, Zenven81. Every time I play, someone kills me in 10 minutes. There we go. So yeah, it's stacking up all the rounds in here. Looking for 357 rounds mostly. Someone lured me into a church once, shot me in the back of the head. Not cool. Yeah, there's some jerks in this game. Just like any game. This is my tip to you guys, okay? Do not trust anyone. And even the people you do trust, stay far away from them whenever they have weapons out. Not that they're going to kill you on purpose, but I have killed so many of my friends in this game accidentally. Like, we're both hitting on a zombie, like one's hitting the front, one's hitting the back, and for whatever reason there's such a lag, and the graphics for fighting in this game are just crap when it comes to melee. So I swing my axe, they swing their axe, we're pretty far apart, and for whatever reason we both hit each other and kill each other. It's the worst, you know. Does fire extinguisher do anything? Yes, you can actually beat somebody up with a fire extinguisher. Yeah, I don't trust anybody. Some guy runs up, like yesterday we were playing. Was it yesterday or the day before? Some guy ran up to me and was like, "Hey man, hey, gotta ask you a question. Hey, slow down." And I'm like, screw you. No. Nothing to do with you. Stay as far away from me as you possibly can. Because I just don't trust him. So I think I'm heading in the generally right direction, or headed towards the beach, which is where I have most of my fun. And it's where most of the players are. So if you want to just be left alone, this is where you come, is out into the woods. But if you want to fight other players, you want to go in towards the beach area. Down at the coast. Yeah, the other day somebody stream sniped me, which I never had happen before, which is okay. Lesson learned. I was switching servers with Perfect, and the person on the stream was watching exactly which server we went to, and was close by when we logged in. He murdered us. So I don't even trust people in the stream. When people show up here and I don't know them, like I know most of you guys here, but when somebody shows up and they say, "Hey Geekdomo, nice to meet you. What server are you on?" I never tell them, because I know that that's what they're going to try to do. They're going to try to come in and murder me just for entertainment value, which is fine. But maybe I didn't want to be murdered at that point. DayZ, step 2, kill everyone and loot beans. Yes. Don't trust anybody, and people should not trust me. I swear to God, if I come across a player and he's like AFK for a second, standing over here in a bush, and he's got gear, dead. He's gonna come back and be like, "Ah, what killed me?" It was a Geekdomo. A random Geekdomo was running by, saw me in a bush, and killed me dead. Yes, okay, so False Frog says, I don't know why people would do it when you're... This is my own honor, I guess you want to call it, whatever. My own stance is I do not attack anybody in blue jeans and a t-shirt. If they just started the game out, even if they've got like a baseball bat, I'll leave them alone. When they show up looking like I am, fully decked out with every piece of gear and matching uniform pieces, they've been playing quite a while. And they're obviously a threat. They are open game. Like, you probably didn't see the episode a couple weeks ago, and I'm putting all these together, so if you guys missed some of the good stuff, I'm putting it all together in a compilation video when it's all done here, and it's going to be a lot of fun, because it's going to be just crazy murders. And I might even play it on Twitch so that you guys can watch it during one of the streams or something like that. I'll take like a 15-minute break and I'll let it play. But yeah, when the other day I came across these 4 guys. One was I was chasing, trying to kill. He had a few pieces of gear on him, and I ran up on him, and he went up to somebody else to ask him a question or something. I don't know. And the guy who he ran up on got on his knees to, I guess, hand over some gear. I shot him dead. I didn't shoot the guy that I had been chasing because he really didn't have much gear on him. And then I ended up shooting one of his friends, and somebody else was there on voice chat, was screaming at me, "You killed my fucking friend! Oh, I hate you, you pussy faggot!" Rah, rah, rah. And he's just going off like this, and I was like, yes, gold. That was gold. That was beautiful, man. I was like, hey, please yell at me some more. Oh no, what's going on? Have we been playing for 2 hours already? This server can't be restarting already. Let's see what I thought we was friends, man. I have yet to play this game because I know how it will ultimately piss me off. Yeah, it pisses me off, but I get pissed when it happens. Like, some guy were to murder me right this second, I'd be like, well, how did you do that when the server's disconnected? But other than that, I'd be like, pissed. But then I'm like, it's the game, right? And then I get to start over fresh, and I get the whole experience of trying to gather things again. Right now I'm at the top of my game. I've got pretty much every piece of equipment, so there's like no threat here, really. And because there's no real threat, if I get killed right now, it's just like, okay, fine, you can have all my stuff. Holy cow, did I rubber band back. Wow, I am up the road quite a ways again. I hate that. That's a long ass run we gotta do again. Sorry, guys. You better get used to the loss and just think, oh well, better next time. Josh Wright says, have you not died in a while? You just know right where to get things. Yes. So this game is a perfect example of horizontal progression. And horizontal progression works like this. My character at level 1 could find every one of these things on a dead body and be already geared out at level 1, because there is no level. Okay, so sometimes in EverQuest Next is going to have horizontal progression too, and people just can't get their head wrapped around, how am I not going to have a level 90 character? Because it's horizontal. And so with horizontal progression, it's not so much about your character leveling, it's more about your own internal leveling. I do know exactly where to go to get the best gear in this game. It takes a while to get there, and that's where we just were. And I haven't died in a while. So that makes it that makes the horizontal progression work, at least in DayZ, because it's permadeath. So when I die, I start over from scratch, but my character doesn't have to know anything. I know where to go to get more stuff for my character, so I'll start that procedure all over again. I'll run down the beach, and I'll go there, and I'll go there, and I'll go to all these places that I know where to get all my gear. So that's the cool part. There is no, I don't have to try to get this character here to level 90, level 100, whatever. Black Halo, he's coming to get Geekdomo. What's that? How do you know that? Was that another stream? I don't know who Black Halo is. Other guy said, oh well, that's a gift for helping. Very much I like the idea of horizontal progression, says Shadow Player. I'm at the gym. Okay, see you 386. Good luck. Hope you don't break anything. I assume the game may be very gear dependent. It is very gear dependent. At level 1, you don't stand much of a chance against anybody with the right gear. I could shoot somebody once and kill them. Whereas with this gear, I could take... Right now, I could probably take 2 or 3 hits as long as they didn't shoot me straight in the head. Now, it would suck. And the worst part, actually, is if they don't kill me and I kill them first and I'm wounded, because my character grunts the whole time. Like, ooh, ah, that hurts. Ooh. And it's like man's voice, even though I'm playing a female character. Oh, you know, I'm like, God. Just shut up already. I know you're hurt. Hey, Navy Plays MC. So, Mr. Navy Plays MC, I have to ask, are you in the Navy? The reason I'm asking, I popped my back, is I was in Navy myself, so Squid's always, we could talk for hours about stuff. Navy Sea stories and things. Oh, you were in the CB, Shadow Player? Awesome. That is one of the jobs in the military. You could get out and just immediately get a job doing construction. Nope, but my dad is. Doma, do you know how you can check what blood type you're on the game? Yes. I don't have one on me, Navy, or False Frog, but there's a thing called a blood test kit. You have to find it. In Rust, however, it's any bag of blood will work on any character. So now I found this dam here, so I know where I'm going. Yeah, you just click, there's a kit and you can click on it and it'll tell you what your blood type is. Which is important because if you want, you can make your own blood bags. So if you get shot, a friend can give the blood bag to you intravenously and refill you, but you need to be the right blood type. If you are not the right blood type and you do it wrong, your character dies instantly. Which is cool, because in real life that's what would happen too. You're welcome. So we are coming up to Electro, I believe, if I remember where that dam is. We're almost there, so we might see some action here pretty soon, folks. You have to find blood bags. You can make them with a kit, with a first aid kit. They all come with an IV bag and an IV starter kit, and you can draw your own blood out. But you need to have a friend do it to you. Basically, you give him the kit, he comes up to you and then does the procedure of sticking you with it. Basically, it fills up and then you can use it the same way. Your friend has to give it to you. You can't stick it in your own arm, which is silly. If I was dying and I had blood, I'd stick it in my own arm. Oh, you did it the other day without checking? Wow, yeah, you are completely lucky because there's 4 blood types in this game, I believe. And if you don't line up with the 4, you're gonna kill somebody. That was completely lucky. And there we are. We are back on the coast. Good God. What a long run that is, man. Almost the entire stream so far you guys have been watching me run just to get back here. And I'm going to get back here and I'm probably going to get murdered right away. It's like dead. And then we have to start all over again. It's okay. Yeah, it is Electro. Okay. That big ass tower there, that's the electrical power plant. And you can, if you're in the woods and you don't know where you're going, those power lines run all the way the length of the game map. So if you find the power lines, you follow, just stay with them. You will come all the way either to the edge of the map or you'll come back here to Electra. Alright, I'm going to do a peeky peek because, yes, the server did just restart again, but doesn't mean that people aren't down there. That's what I love. You can zoom in like this without even having binoculars. I'm looking for any kind of movement. This game has great view distance. I literally could see people running down by those cranes if I had to. Did I deploy anywhere? Yeah, I was in my first ship was USS Yellowstone, which is AD-41, is a destroyer tender, and I went to Desert Storm in that thing. It looked like a big Twinkie upside down on the water. It was a huge ship. Yeah, I had females on board. It was like being in what the Navy is today. But we had women on board. It was just awesome because you go overseas and you didn't have a girlfriend. Well, you had a girlfriend for at least 6 months basically, and you go out and do stuff together and do things in hotels and stuff. And then my second ship was USS South Carolina, which is a nuclear-powered cruiser, and it was a ship from the 60s. But man, it was so bottom-heavy, and we could ride through these waves. It was a destroyer, or cruiser, I mean. We could ride through the biggest ass waves, and it just cut right through them. I hardly ever had to walk on the bulkheads in that thing. We'd be watching frigates right next to us, just submarining every wave. They'd go the bow would go underwater and come back up. Ours did every once in a while, but it had to be a really massive wave. Haha, there's a lot of running. It's more fun with a friend. It makes game go faster. Yeah. And I usually do play. I mean, we have been playing a few games with like Core and Perfect, and anybody else who wants to jump in. I'm actually stopped because I wanted to get some food here. Sardines. Let's eat some of those. So, so yeah, I was on that ship. I was on. I did Bosnia. I did a lot of med cruises, a lot of Caribbean cruises. I was a fire controlman, so my job was to shoot the missiles and guns on the ship. I didn't put out fires. I had to start fires. I say that to people who might be watching who don't know what fire control is, because you know how many times I told people I was a fire controlman outside the military, and they'd be like, "Oh, so you're a firefighter, are you?" No, not at all. No, that would be somebody else. Actually, everybody in the Navy is a firefighter. You have to be, because when you're on the ship and the ship's on fire, you're not going to rely on some other guy to put the fire out. You have to do it. Only made it to Japan. Now that's awesome. I didn't go Westpac. I went Eastpac, not knowing that once you go east, you can't go west. Basically, everybody on the West Coast, if they want, they can come to the East Coast because there's lots of billets open. But the West Coast stuff is pretty rare, and when I got out of the boot camp, I probably should have picked West Coast, but whatever. I'm gonna stick with the camo vest. Might be a spot to find some 357 mags. That's why I'm coming up this tower. Really, I've got pretty much everything this tower has to offer. But they do have bullets. And 45s. I would have loved to go to Japan. I'm a big fan of the Japanese culture. Old Japanese culture. The new stuff is a little bit confusing, to be quite honest with you. Alright, well, we made it to Electro. I think what I might do, I think we're getting ready to wrap up anyway. I got some housework I gotta do. My wife's coming back with groceries, and I have to go clean out the old stuff in the fridge. So I think what we'll do is we'll finish up. We'll go into one of these buildings here, and I think we'll call it for now. I only got 7 more days of DayZ, so this hospital or this office building it bothers the crap out of me that the ceiling is so low in here. I don't know why it bugs me so much, but I can't stand it. It's not a bad place to find things, but I mean, in real life, that ceiling is only like 6 inches above my head. I think they need to fix the scale of it. Is what I think the problem is. Like, it's off scale by quite a bit. Unless this building is for short people. This is the short people office building. Oh, pretty lady. See, she could have killed me just then because I'm hitting the damn ceiling with my axe. See if... Oh. See you, Smack It. Thanks for coming. Okay, there's a player. Okay, we'll get some action finally. He might have been shooting the zombie. But I'm not gonna... Don't trust anybody in this game. You know, he might have been shooting at me and he missed me and decided to shoot the zombie too. Yeah, it gets intense, guys. It really does get... This game gets really intense really quickly. So I apologize if I'm not walking out of the chat right this second, because it goes from me just saying blah 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 blah, and all of a sudden I'm like dead silent. Well, I'm not combat logging, but I really did say I did have to go, so we'll look around a little bit and see if we can see that guy, but I do have to go anyway. I'm gonna go to the fire station, and I think I'll call it a day over here. That was my serious face. Yeah, it does. It gets so... This game gets really intense really quickly. It's like the real... for those of you who may have been in the military, you know what I'm talking about. Even if you weren't in combat. Just your day-to-day life on a ship or whatever. It's like 99.9% boredom. Just nothing happening. Play some cards, play some video games, whatever. And then there's that moment of pure adrenaline. I'm gonna... Not saying that that guy's stuck around there. If I was him, I would have taken off and gone somewhere else. But this is a good spot to call it anyway. I can't really see him running around. I'm looking at him, seeing if I see him going in and out of the houses, but I don't see him. So yeah, I think this is a good time to stop. Sorry that we didn't get a chance to shoot anybody today, but now that I'm here, when we start streaming again tomorrow, I should be ready to murder some people. Alright. You can right tap, yeah, you can just double right tap, but you have to have it in your hands when you do that. So thanks everybody for coming. What do we do, an hour and a half, I think, at least? And I know it's just a lot of running around, but next time we will be down here at the coast, and I can either get murdered myself or murder some other people. I'll be back again tomorrow, I think, for at least a couple hours, and we'll do some more. Trying to finish up DayZ so we can start with Rust. Alright, so thanks, none other. Appreciate that. Good job. Have a good one. Love you guys. We'll see you soon.